Hey viewers, welcome to another game of Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing another StarCraft 2 1 versus 1 between AReS, as you can see, because he already typed, and MFeast. So we have a Zerg versus Protoss on our hands here, which normally means that the Protoss is going for a fast expansion, and apparently there's a big level difference. Apparently there's a big level difference between the two. So we are going to go for a pylon really far back. That is going to be really close to the nexus. Oh. So apparently this guy leveling up a little bit too much and now has to play against actual real players. So this is pretty funny. Anyway, we'll have to see how that works. Yeah, first of all, we're going to start off with the forge into a nexus because well, there's nothing going on here. Spawning pool is not super early. And yeah, there's no expansion, so by getting an expansion here, he would get a large advantage. And I'm still reading the chat. It might actually be really funny if Feast lets him win. Or, well, if Feast lets him win, because for Feast it really doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. This is just a match, a random match, ladder match, and he is already in the tournament scene, so losing for him would mean nothing. So he can go, obviously he won't let him win, but he can go for some crazy strategy that he just wants to try out versus Zerg, if he has one, and then go from there. Obviously we wouldn't see that now yet, but yeah, we will see it eventually. Wow, and again with the lags. I don't know what's causing that, but I think it's because StarCraft all of a sudden runs on 60 FPS instead of 30. So I have it set to 30, but it still wants to run on 60, so it kind of, yeah, screws up there every now and then. And therefore it varies between 30 and 60, and then 30, 60, 30, 60. So like right now it's 60, and now in a few seconds it will drop to 30 again, because that's how it works. And yeah, I don't know why that, why it does it like that. I mean, what happened that they needed to change anything there? But anyhow, it doesn't really matter. We have the Nexus coming up. We also have a double expansion from the Zerg. Obviously we already saw this one coming up because well, basically the Protoss player messed up his block. He wanted to block this hatchery from going down with his probe, so first he built a pylon, then he cancelled the pylon, then he wanted to block it with his probe. But he was too late, and the Zerg player snuck in the expansion. So we have the queens up, and with the queens you should be able to well, to get these extra spawn larva things going. There you go. And here is the next one. Yeah, the queen is going to walk to the next one, and by the time this one, well, the queen is there, he will have, she will have about 15 out of the 25 energy restored, and this one will be a next queen, and the queen will be up as well sooner than it would have if you built it on your third hatchery, because then it would start to build right now and it's almost done already. So yeah, all in all, three bases versus 2. But a very safe base here for the Protoss player. He really doesn't have to worry about anything. The cannon is quite far back though, so it's not going to matter because there's no attack incoming. But if there were an attack incoming, that might have been a problem. So yeah, we're expanding a little bit with our creep tumors, but yeah, the creep tumors are mainly there to connect the bases. is you want to have that creep highway through the entire, well, system of your bases. And yeah, so far not a real lot of excitement going on. Really nothing has been built yet. It's kind of the standard thing to happen if the Zerg player isn't aggressive, which is perfectly normal. The Roach Warren is coming up, but yeah, it's totally normal that the Zerg player doesn't want to be very aggressive early game, because with a lot of aggression comes a lot of risk, and if he's already outmatched by his opponent, he's going to try to play it a little bit safer, go for a build and go for the strongest build that he knows, and hope that he can actually win from that. Obviously, he needs to keep spawning those larvae, because he loses a few seconds on every one of them, and yeah, that is obviously not good. 42 energy already on this guy, which means that yeah, it really needs to work it. I need to spawn those things. He has 25 energy left, which means that he missed a complete injection there in total with that queen. So yeah, that's pretty major. Obviously he lined them up now, so you can see that all three of them, well no, 2 out of the 3 are now synced up. The third one will be synced up once he forgets it once. Yeah, all in all, yeah, he's doing okay. I mean, he doesn't really have anything yet. He has 14 roaches coming out now, and there are really not a whole lot of units to hold this off. But roaches, yeah, they can shoot across that the force field, so the force field can't really protect your buildings either. And we have a phoenix, but only a single phoenix it seems. At least I don't see any others. But well, whatever. We'll see. I couldn't even find this guy. No, there's just a single phoenix out. Unless no. Here there are more. So a total of 4 then, and he picked off 1 unit so far. I don't know. Maybe 2. Hang on. Yeah, 2 units. So he has 2 units picked off, and he's going to leave one of the phoenixes behind. Oh, there's another one. Okay, so he did produce quite a few phoenixes. It's just that once I saw it, there was only 1 remaining. That wants to join up on the group. Oh, and I missed the first fight. He actually, yeah, we're going to go back for that. I'm sorry about that. But this first fight actually might be really important, because he lost a building in it. He lost his cybernetic score. So I was wondering, at least I think he lost it. Not actually sure now. Huh. Anyhow, yeah, we have the roaches just doing some damage to the buildings, but the Zerglings are really all over the place. They're not focusing the building, and yeah, he is going to lose his cybernetic score. And that means that the base is now open. Obviously, he's going to lose 2 roaches there because of, well, a nice set of force fields. But yeah, all in all, it is still going to be hard to break this for the Zerg player. Obviously, he has some army, but well, the army on the enemy team is just not so much bigger, but more useful against this this setup. And 2 roaches get picked up. They yeah, they get killed by the rest of the army moving in, and yeah, the rest of the roaches gets out. So still has 7 roaches remaining, which is not a whole lot. But there are the hydras. Haven't seen hydras in forever. They're of course great against well, these guys, the phoenixes. The phoenix did spot the hydras there. I'm not sure if the player saw it, of course, but I can't really tell you. Well, I could set it to player perspective camera, and then we can see exactly what he sees. But well, then still, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, now he definitely saw them. So the one of the phoenixes gets picked off, and one of the roaches gets picked off, but uses 3 force fields to trap that 1 roach. And that might actually cost him, because now he doesn't really have enough force fields to hold off this entire push. And is he going to get taken down by the DPS of these Hydras? Because Hydras are really good at dealing damage, they're just crappy at taking damage. But no, 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 3 of the Hydras get picked up, and that is just a huge amount of loss of damage. And yeah, he eventually does get the entire Protoss army except for the flyers, but yeah, he doesn't really have an army of his own anymore. And wow, this is going to be tight. It's going to be really close between the 2 armies, because well, both armies are really low, and it's just that these phoenixes really make a difference. But here comes the backup. Wow, a huge amount of roaches coming in. And this might actually do really well, because the Colossus is not good versus these guys. It is not good versus roaches, and he will be able to pick off those probes and maybe even the Colossus. Yeah, and he does win. Wow, that Colossus was definitely a mistake. Well, not so much a mistake, I guess, but he was afraid that there would be a huge wave of Zerglings coming in. That's why he built that. And yeah, there were roaches coming in. So really nicely done by the Zerg player. Really on top of his game here. And the funny thing is, we have another one of these guys. They played a rematch. Yeah, that's. I think that the second one is yeah, off the ladders. This one was actually on the ladders, and yeah, it's pretty amazing that he was so doubting himself, but by sticking to a strong strategy, the roaches are so strong, but sticking to that strategy, making sure he didn't get harassed too much, really won him the game. And yeah, he killed 9 workers, 0 workers killed by the phoenixes. Yeah, they're called phoenixes, right? Yeah. So 0 workers killed, and that is a huge boon. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.